All right, well, we are back for game number 2, and Marietta leads off with a base hit to left field. You're listening to CampusNation.com, the sports animal, and WZAA 106.9 LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio. Kind of ended abruptly there at the end of the first game. I don't know what kind of outage we had, and I did look to see it was still recorded, so apparently it must have gone on while I was losing any kind of picture here. But we are in game 2 of this doubleheader. And Marietta now has led off with a hit to left field, and they have a runner on first base. That's in the dirt, the ball. So we're doing it all here, Mitch. Yeah. Chris Petrucci in batting for Marietta. And he hits a ball to left field. It's going to be snagged by the left fielder right at the wall. Great catch. Great catch. Runner going back at first base. Incredible catch right on the fence. So after that great catch, we have one out. Runner still at first base. Want to welcome everybody back into Game 2. Game 1, Marietta defeats Wilmington 5-0. We're now in Game 2 with a runner at first base and a great play by the left fielder to snag that home run right off the top of the fence. That's in the dirt again, ball 2. We have problems with the scoreboard? Oh, okay. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Yeah, this is the third batter. So wasting no time between games. I don't even think we actually got 30 minutes in, did we? That's high in a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. I want my money back. So 3 balls, no strikes. Runner at first base. Will he take off? He does. That ball's hit into right field. Once again, right fielder camping under it. Makes the catch back to first base. Scampers the runner. We have 2 outs now here in the top of the first inning. Number 15, Mike Hale coming up to bat for Marietta. He's batting with 1 runner on at first base. We had a good audience for the first game of this doubleheader that watched, that tuned in. I want to thank everybody. Hope that we can bring you another good game here in the second game. That ball gets by the catcher, and the runner advances to second base. Is that a pass ball?
Yes.
Okay. No error. That ball is hit, snagged by the shortstop, but it's going to be too late. So we've got a base hit. Runners at the corners now with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning for Marietta. Now have a runner just 90 feet away.
Number 10, the third baseman, Damian Yenzi.
Marietta scored, I believe, 2 runs in the first inning last game. Let's see if we can shut him down here and not let him score. And that is smacked once again to left field. Left fielder camps under it and snags it. So, no harm. 2 base runners left on.
Marietta Express in the first inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Wilmington bat in the home half and a scoreless game.
So the score after just a half inning of play, Marietta nothing, Wilmington nothing. That umpire kind of reminds me of Yule Gibbons. Looks like he should be eating nuts and berries.
Rick, softball won game 2, 11-2.
Oh, great. 11-2 in 6 innings. Softball swept that. Who were they playing? OU Chillicothe. Swept both games. Way to go, girls.
Women.
Yes, women. You know, it is interesting because we were probably the first ones to actually discern the difference between when we had high school and college. We called them boys and girls and women and men. But I noticed that some of the high schools are calling their teams now men and women. And I'm thinking, scratch my head. So we are here going into the bottom of the first inning.
Wilmington, number 23, the right fielder, Joe Legan.
Joe Legan for the Fighting Quakers, the right fielder. Made a good catch. He'll be in this bottom of the first inning. No score. Looks like he was squaring the bunt. Fouled back. So, 0-1. He gets a hold of that one. It looks like it's going out to left field, and left fielder manages to get over fast enough and pick the ball up. He was playing him shallow. So, 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting for Wilmington, number 10, the center fielder, Josh Chua.
Number 10, Josh Schwa in, the center fielder for the Fighting Quakers. That ball's a strike. 0-1. Ball, 1-1. That ball he got a hold of. Sends it out to left field. Left fielder camping under it. Makes the catch.
Now batting for the Quakers, number 29, the first baseman, Jake Hyatt.
Jake Hyatt will be in now for the Fighting Quakers. 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. No score currently. That ball is in there for a strike. 0-1. Swings, strike 2. Gets hold of that one once again in the air, and it drops. That is a hit, and it will be a double. Scampers into second base. Good double there. That was way over in the left field corner.
34, the catcher, Luke Kleindall.
So Kleindall in. He's got a runner at second base. This is an opportunity for an RBI. Get the Quakers on the board first. That's a strike. That's fouled off to the right, out of play. 0-2. That's in there. Base hit. That's going to score a run. He's going to end up holding at first base, but Wilmington draws first blood, 1-0. So timely hitting by the Quakers.
Now batting for Wilmington, number 22, the third baseman, Nick Silvas.
Nick Silvas is going to be in now with a runner at first base, 2 outs, and a run in today. That's low and inside, ball 1. Outside. 2-0. Three balls. Unlike Marietta's sidearm pitcher in the first game, who was around the plate the whole game, Marietta's pitcher, that's a strike. 3-1. Not quite as accurate, but a conventional pitcher. And he's a right-hander. Runner at first with a short lead. That ball is hit back here over the press box. Count remains 3-2 with 2 out. It's that even count. And that's fouled back as well. Count holding at 3-2. Got on his hands. He pops it up. It's off to the left. And makes the catch.
Was that third baseman?
Yeah, it looked like, yeah. So, Wilmington retired, but we do push a run across. So after 1 inning, it's Wilmington 1 and Marietta 0. Going to take a ID here. We will be back shortly.
Take a ride on the Jeffersonville airplane. Follow the White Rabbit 106.9 FM, Jeffersonville.
And also on campusnation.com, the sports animal. Both the video from both games will be available on our site immediately after each game, so you can go back, and if you didn't catch game 1, take a look at that as well as game 2. Lady Quaker softball team in a sweep of OU Chillicothe today. So we're heading into the top of the second inning.
Leading off the top of the second for Marietta.
This is Zach Ward, number 14, left fielder. I want to remind everybody we've got our NFL draft tonight. Should be taking place at about 7 to 7:30, somewhere in that neighborhood on WZAA and also Campus Nation. Tune in. That's a strike. We've got Bill Raybeck and company in. I wouldn't actually call them pundits, but we've got 4 or 5 of the guys in to do our mock draft. That's a ball. 1-1. That is lifted to center field. Yeah, we've got a lot of fly balls to this game. And then the out is recorded, so 1 up, 1 down.
Number 6, the left fielder, Jonathan Pingree.
Jonathan Pingree, left fielder. Number 6 for the Pioneers. 1 out, no runners. That's low and in the dirt, ball 1. Yeah, you can hear it. Something's going on up at lacrosse. Big breaking ball, but also outside. 2-0. That ball's a base hit between the third and baseman and shortstop to Marietta with a base runner here in the top of the second inning. 1 out, 1 runner on. Cottom coming in for the Pioneers. Batting .281. So with a runner break. That ball is hit to the second baseman. Runner out at first. Runner advances to second base. So now with 2 outs.
Number 23, the center fielder, Seamus Kennelly.
Seamus Kennelly, the center fielder, in with a man on second. An opportunity to tie this game up if he can get a base hit. Got a break in the action. Catcher going in to talk with our pitcher. May want to make sure that they're on the same page as the way they want to pitch this batter. So we have 2 outs, the top of the second inning. We've got a runner at second base. Keneally at the plate. First pitch is a strike. That ball's in the dirt. 1-1. Gets a hold of that one, fouls it. Left fielder giving chase, but out of play. So 1 and 2, 2 outs, top of the second. Wilmington leading 1-0. Marietta has a runner on second base. That's a base hit. Runner coming home. Throw to the plate, little high. So that allows the base runner to go to third. And we've got a tie score here, 1-1.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 4, the The second baseman,
Jeff Snyder in for Marietta. We've got a runner on third base. We have 2 outs, and a run has already crossed the plate for Marietta, tying the game up 1-1. We're in the top of the second inning. See if we can retire this batter and go at it again to get a lead. That ball's outside, high. 1-0. Fouls that ball off to the right. It'll be out of play. 1-1. That ball fly out, looks like, to center field. And he makes the catch. So,
for Marietta in the second.
Marietta scores a run. And we have 1 runner left on base. So, at the end of 1.5, it's the Fighting Quakers 1 and the Marietta Pioneers 1. So leading off for the Quakers in the bottom of the second inning, we've got Gage Bly.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Quakers, number 21, the second baseman, Gage Bly.
Looks like David Pointer is on deck. First pitch is a strike. 0-1. That was inside. 1-1. Gets a hold of that one, pops it up. First baseman over and makes the catch. So, 1 down. Pointer in.
The batting for Wilmington, number 28, the left fielder, David Pointer.
David came in at left field in the first game, and he is starting here in the second game. Little low. 1 ball. Gets that ball back to the pitcher. And that's the second out.
Now batting for the Quakers with 2 outs, number 38, the shortstop, Daniel Hayes.
Daniel Hayes, the shortstop for the Quakers, in now. We've got 2 outs at the bottom of the second inning. All tied up 1-1. Fouls that one off. Off to the left, down the third baseline. Oh, and 1. Gets a hold of that one. That one also to the left fielder. And he makes the catch. So, Quakers retired in the second inning.
3 up, 3 down for the Quakers.
No score
The bottom of the second.
as far as runs, so it's 1-1 after 2.
Marietta 1, Wilmington 1.
Coming this Tuesday on Campus Nation, we've got the East Clinton Track Invitational, and most of the area teams will be there as well, Wilmington High School. And this Saturday, we've also got football. The spring game for Hocking College, the Hawks, will be in Nelsonville at Nelsonville's high school football field for the annual spring game with the Hawks. And I don't know who exactly they've got quite a few new starters this year, simply because, once again, they're the only junior college in Ohio. They've got a 2-year program there, and they're big in areas like forestry and some of the other stuff because of their area and location. It makes it ideal. A lot of these young men that play football for them end up going into Division II or Division I schools once they play for Hocking. You see a lot of talent there. And Bill Raybeck will be there calling all the action. I think Greg Henning will be along with him. So we're headed to the top of the third inning right now. The score is tied 1-1. You're listening to Campus Nation and WZAA.
Leading off the top of the third inning for the Pioneers, number 5, the shortstop, Chris Petrucci.
Chris Petrucci in, leading off here in the top of the third. That's going to be a out to center fielder. Schwa makes the catch. One up, one hit.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 29,
one out.
Connor Golden.
He tagged it, but right to our center fielder. First pitch is a ball. This is Connor Golden. So that's a strike, 1-1. Pioneers have one out here in the top of the third. No runners. Fouled off. 1-2. That gets away. So we've got, was he hit? So Connor's going to first base. Mike Hale will be in, batting for Marietta. So Marietta with one out and a base runner.
Update on the cross, Rick. 15-8. Franciscan, about 5 minutes to go.
Franciscan 15-8 over Wilmington with about 5 minutes to go in the lacrosse match.
Franciscan out of Steubenville.
Steubenville, Ohio.
Somethingville, Ohio. That's my joke.
Somethingville.
Nelsonville, Circleville.
Yeah.
Villes all over.
Villes everywhere. Ball 1-0. Quick throw over to first base. No problem getting back for the Marietta runner. Trying to keep him close. They were anticipating maybe he wanted to steal. And we got a hit down the third base line. Runner advancing to third base and second base. So that was a double. So once again, Marietta's got something going on here with just one out in the top of the third inning. They've got runners at third and runners at second. We've got time as the Wilmington coach heads to the mound to talk with his see an unlikely unless he saw something that just talking. I haven't really seen anything that would indicate that, there's any problem or there's, and most of his stuff's pretty decent. All right, so the meeting breaks up. Damien's in with the opportunity to at least put Marietta in the lead here. Even a sacrifice would score at least a run. In the dirt, ball one. Swing, 1-1. That pitch is to the shortstop. He comes home. He's safe. Slides under the tag. Tag was a little high. Yeah, looked like an out to me, but well, you think he was safe. Okay, good. Marietta now takes the lead 2-1. They've got runners at first and second base now with that runner on third coming in. We're in the top of the third. Marietta up 2-1. This is Zach Ward in for the Pioneers. Fouls it back to the screen here. Both runners with a slight lead. Still just one out. Pitcher backs off the rubber. Runners. Comes to the plate, and it's a strike. 0-2. And he ties into that one. It looks like a gapper, possibly. Yep, drops between our center and right fielder. That's going to bring home another run. So we have runners on the corners now. Still one out. Marietta up now 3-1. And it looks like another trip to the mound. So I would imagine we're probably going to have a new pitcher here. Is that number 8? Well, catcher or pitcher. It's got a C/P. So Jacob Courtney looks like he'll be our new pitcher here. So he'll take a few warm-ups.
Now pitching for Wilmington, number 8, Jacob Courtney.
Dan Cleaver not wasting any time to try to make sure that the Quakers can maybe sacrifice and get at least one win out of this doubleheader today. We'll go ahead and do a legal ID because we're close enough to the top of the hour.
106.9 WZAA-LP, Jeffersonville.
3:57 here in Southwest Ohio. Game one went pretty fast. What did we figure the total time was? 151. That is a fast 9-inning game. All right, getting ready for action again here in the top of the third inning. Marietta has crossed the plate here with a couple runs. They're up 3-1. They've got runners at the corners with just one out. And up batting for Marietta, you've got Jonathan Pingree. Jonathan batting .258 for the Pioneers. Throw over to first, runner back. He comes home and a strike. 0-1. Runner at first looks like he wants to take off. Goes back, throw over. Our pitcher apparently thought the same. Gets an even bigger lead this time. Pitch to the plate. Looks like it's popped up. In chase and no. Up against the screen and missed the catch. So it's 0-2. Oh and 2, one out, two runners on base at the corners. Top of the third inning, 3-1, the Pioneers lead. That ball's in the dirt, 1-2. See if the runner's going to break here. Back over to first base. First base runner worrying our pitcher. He's trying to keep him close. Once again, even a bigger lead, and he's off. And the ball is fouled. So the count remains 1-2. First base runner was running, but because of the foul ball, he's got to go back to first. So still on the corners. Pioneers trying to get two runners in scoring position here. Runners off. Ball's in the dirt. There'll be no throw. So, steal a second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on. Runner on second, runner on third. Top of the third inning, 3-1. The Pioneers lead. Now have two runners in scoring position, so a single of any distance should score two. That's outside. Ball bounces up, comes back to the screen. A runner scores. Heads up play by the third base runner. Runner advances from second to third now. So once again, with one out, we've got one runner at third base and a run scored. So it's now 4-1 Pioneers over the Quakers. That's in the dirt as well. So was that 3 balls or 4? Okay.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 55, the catcher, Brady Cottom.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I knew he hadn't been hit. So, all right, so we got runners at the corners. Brady caught him up, batting for the Pioneers. It's 4-1 now. And that's in the dirt. Runner goes to second. Throw. Not in time. Cut off by the second baseman. Want to make sure that that runner doesn't score from third. Got an equipment problem here with the catcher. So he's out to talk with the pitcher. It's been like paper cuts this inning.
Now, to be fair, we're still well ahead of schedule.
Oh, yeah, but that's... All right, so we have runners at second and runners at third. We've got one out. Still in the top of the third inning. 4-1 now. Marietta over Wilmington. That's a strike. 1-1. In the dirt. Been several of these pitches in the dirt. The catcher's been doing all he can to try to block them, but he's certainly been worked this inning. A little frustrated. That pitch almost be good pickup by the catcher. He's been doing an absolutely fantastic job to keep these pitches from going onto the screen. All right, so it's 3-1 with one out. In the dirt as well. So another walk. The bases are now loaded with one out.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 23, the center fielder, Seamus Keneally.
Going to have a visit to the mound. Been kind of tough. We can't keep it out of the dirt. Got to get it up a little. Oh, we're going to have a new pitcher. So this is Tyler McDaniel. Tyler McDaniel in. This is our, third pitcher this inning? Yeah.
Now pitching for Wilmington, number 44, Tyler Rigo McDaniel.
All right, well, when we resume play here in the top of the third inning, the bases are loaded. There's one out. We've got a 4-1 Pioneer lead over the Quakers. Looks like Seamus Canali in to bat for the Pioneers. That ball is fouled off right. 0-1. Gets a hold of that one, and it's sort of nubbed into left field. One run is across the plate, 2 runs. Runners are safe at second and third, and 2 runs in. It's now 6-1, Pioneers over the Quakers.
Now batting for Marietta, number 4, the second baseman, Jeff Snyder.
So Snyder will be in for the Pioneers to try to keep this rally going. He's got 2 on base in scoring position. And that's a solid single to left field. In between the center fielder and left fielder, it's going to score 2 more runs. So it's now 8-1.
Now batting for Marietta, number 5, the shortstop, Chris Petrucci.
So, runner at first base, Petrucci in, batting for the Pioneers. Two balls. So it's 2-0. Still 1 out in the inning. Been a long top of the third inning. That was in the dirt. So now it's 3-0. That's a strike. 3-1. Runner with his lead at first base. And that's a solid hit. That's out to the left fielder. He fires it back in. We now have runners at first and second. Still 1 out. Yep.
Now batting for Marietta, number 29.
So number 29, the designated hitter, and that's Connor Golden. So the hit parade continues. That's a strike. Must be his little sister that keeps yelling his name. That's a ball, 1-1. That's outside, beyond the catcher, and the runners will move up. So we have runners now at third and second. So once again, a base hit of any length at all is going to score 2 more runs. That was pulled to the right, out of play. Counts 2-2. And believe it or not, we still have 1 out. That's inside. Oh, he's going to call it a strike? No, that is a walk. All right. It must have hit him because it was 2-2.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 15, the first baseman, Mike Hale.
So the batter was hit by the pitch. We now have the bases loaded with 1 out. And who's this batting?
Mike Hale.
Mike Hale in for the Pioneers.
Time OAC hitter of the week.
Oh, he's the OAC hitter of the week.
It's not who you want.
Yeah, not the greatest person to be at the plate right now under this condition, right? See what we can do with him. Foul back to the screen. Ties into that one. Looks like it's popped up to the second baseman. He goes out to snag it. And we record our second out. Runners hold at all bases. So we actually have out number 2 in the top of the third inning.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 10, the third baseman, Damian Yenzi.
So with 2 outs, 8-1, bases loaded. Yenzi in for the Pioneers, number 10. That is a strike. Might be able to get out of this inning with any more runs crossing the plate. That's inside. 1-1. Fouled back. We're just about 5 minutes short of our first hour.
Correct. Yeah, about 5-10 minutes, yeah.
Yep. The tale of 2 games. That's outside. 2-2. Yes, it is. 2-2, 2 outs. That's right.
2 runners out? No, 3 runners.
3 runners on. Ties into that one. Sends it to right field. It's going to be foul. Out of the reach of anybody. So we'll do this all over again. Inside, gets past the catcher, but no one's going to advance. So is the lacrosse match over?
Yes. Final score of 18 to 8.
18 to 8, Franciscan over Wilmington. That ball is hit into right field. Second baseman comes over, makes the catch. So 3 men left on base. At the end of 2.5 innings, it's Pioneers 8 and Wilmington 1. They plated 7 runs in that inning.
In the bottom of the third, trailing Marietta 8-1.
Now, what is the what's the run rule in none in baseball? Okay, just softball.
Nope. We are strapping in here.
All right.
Yep. The only rule is to have a legally completed game.
5 innings.
It'd be 5 complete innings.
Right.
Then it's a final game. Leading off the bottom of the third for Wilmington, number 2, the DH, Joey Allender.
All right, so for Wilmington, Joey Allender in the bottom of the third inning. Quakers down 7, 8-1. Swings and misses, 0-1. Swings and misses a second, 0-2. Both pitches have been down low and away. Swings and misses the third one. Pitch in the same place 3 times. Swing all 3 times. And so we have 1 out. So he had his number there. It's 1-1. So how did he strike out if it was 1-1?
Now batting for Wilmington, number 10, the center fielder, Josh Schwa.
So Schwa in with 2 outs. He fouls one off to the left. And he's got him a hit into left field. Hyatt's coming up to bat next. So Schwa on at first.
Number 29, the first baseman, Jake Hyatt.
So Schwa on with 2 outs. Hyatt up to bat. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Fouled off to the left. 0-1. Pops this one back. Catcher chases. And it's out. Probably looking at that red card. So the count is 0-2. It's 1-2. That's a strike. Yeah, so
For Wilmington in the third,
no runs, one hit. That was by Schwa. After 3 innings, it's the Pioneers 8 and the Quakers 1. You're listening to CampusNation.com, the sports animal, and WZAA 106.9 LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio. And I would imagine the infamous Joe Davis should be somewhere en route.
Leading off the top of the fourth inning for Marietta, number 14, the right fielder, Zach Ward.
Zach Ward will be in for Marietta here in the top of the 4th inning. That's ball. 1-0. That's a strike. 1-1. Outside, ball 2. That's a strike. 2-2. Got a full count now, 3-2. No outs. Top of the 4th inning. That ball is lifted to center field. Schwa camps under it and gets the catch.
Now batting for Marietta, number 6,
A long out.
Jonathan Pingree.
So Pingree is in batting now with a count of 1-1, and there's 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. No base runners. He pops one up. Third baseman coming in. Makes the catch. Good catch. 2 outs.
Now batting for Marietta, number 55, the catcher, Brady Cottom.
Brady Cottom up next for the Pioneers. So we have 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning.